This video is brought to you by Ravenscraft Realty of Northeast Missouri. Okay, the events of the first part of this video happened in early June, and when Dad talks about Chase is gone, I was out of town on a bachelor trip for my friend Cody from college. Cody, if you're watching, what's up, dude? But after that, there's quite a big gap, so just bear with me.
Yeah, I'm back in the bean blender today. Chase is out of town on his little trip for the weekend, so I'm back trying to help wrap up everything. Planting not too far from my bins, just to the south there. So got another day and a half of planting left, but pretty good chance of rain tonight. Some clouds over there, so Chase may actually be back to finish up planting if it rains very much. Kind of like we're struggling to get to the finish line here. Had a seed hose, had a hole in it this afternoon, had to pull that out. We have had some tractor problems, had a hose blown yesterday. Diamond harrow had a pin break in the hitch and it detached from the tractor. So yeah, so not a smooth finish to say the least, but we're getting really close. It's noon on Saturday. We had about a tenth, but it's already dried up. Didn't take very long. Back here to finish this farm I started yesterday. We got one more decent sized place and then a small one. Had to do a little bit of work with the diamond harrow this morning. The pin that holds the hitch together. Yep, here's a stick. Pin that holds the hitch together broke and it came unhooked from the tractor. So we got it fixed good enough, hopefully to do a few more acres and get it back home, and then we'll fix it the way it's supposed to be. It should be still on track to get done tomorrow afternoon sometime. So Chase, I guess, will indeed miss the very end of planting, but that's all right. Hopefully he's having fun. Sunday morning, no seed tender today, with the last of the seed in last night. So hopefully we got enough. Let's see, we got a small field right there. Got another 70 acres just down the road, and a little bit of replant, and that should be it. So I'm guessing about 100 altogether. It's 9:30. Be done, I don't know, 3 o'clock. We're gonna hit 100 hours on this tractor, which I guess is all right. I can change the brake-in oil out of it. Be ready to go for next year. Just folded up here in the bottom. Spotted in a few more beans at a couple areas that Chase probably didn't know that they would have drowned out. He got most of the spots down here when he was about done the last time, but I believe this means we're officially finished planting for the year. There may or may not be a spot or two down by the levee in a field that planted beans in back in April, and the river's been in them pretty much ever since, but looks like according to what river forecast, it's going to be high for another week, 10 days yet, so we'll just see, play that one by ear. If it's down at a decent time and we still want to put some beans in, we will. If not, it'll just be a bare spot, I guess. So I'm going to call this officially finished. June 9th at a little before 4 o'clock. A little bit later, I'd like to have been done 2 or 3 weeks ago. If we hadn't had the 2.5, 3 week rain delay, we would have been right about on schedule. June 13th, Thursday. We just finished up the planting Sunday. Now it's time for irrigation. It's been a little bit since we've had a decent, measurable kind of rain. So I'm going through checking the nozzles on this first span. Just about every one of them had a little bit of gunk in it. Hopefully fire everything up and it works like it's supposed to. It was about 90 yesterday, 95 today, maybe a chance of rain this evening, but didn't want the crop to get dry. So give her a whirl and see what happens. Yeah, it'll take a couple of times of starting it up and clean a few of the nozzles out, but we've got rain. I'm hoping that it rains tonight, evening, overnight, whatever they're talking about. Talking about storms, which we do not need, but a good rain would be helpful, and then I don't have to worry about doing this for another day or two. More fun with irrigation. Worked most of the morning, trying to put new nozzles on. Got one that wasn't turning for some reason. Had the guys come down, had a fuse or two blown, but also, I guess this pipe didn't drain out properly over the winter. I'm guessing that it got a little icy and froze and burst, so now that has to be fixed before we can run any water. Got another pivot that started up a little while ago. It's got a completely missing down hose, two more of them split. There's a reason they call it irritation season. It's a pain in the butt. Over here in Fall Creek, Thursday night, started to put nitrogen on, brought the tank and the pump over. Pump is right there. Just gonna make one pass this time. Use the ammonium sulfate kind of as the secondary pass there a couple weeks ago. Corn is actually, there's a few tassels starting to poke through, so yeah, it really needs to be on. Of course, corn can always use nitrogen, so not a huge deal, but get this one done, get the tank and the pump back over to Missouri, and that first plant corn we have in the bottom, it'll be ready for it as well. So we'll just keep rolling on the nitrogen and try to keep the pivots all going. Kind of a challenge is getting everything started that very first time. We're still cleaning up some equipment, try to put some things away. So we're plenty busy.
Okay, the next clip is from like July 2nd or 3rd, and I'm replanting some beans, but you know, I don't know how effective the replant really was. Today is sort of a sad day. I think we're saying goodbye to one of our faithful servants that's been around since the beginning of my farming career. Actually, before that. The 510 is outlived its usefulness here at Goldinger Farms. We're taking this thing to Wheeler's auction on July 27th, and if you want it, you can bid on it there. But I've been the chosen person to make the probably 2-hour drive with it to Paris. I can tell Jaden ran this thing last because the steering wheel is all the way down, and yeah. Fortunately, this has been a pretty uneventful drive, other than there's a stretch of Highway W by Monroe City that's really not that fun to drive a tractor down. Awfully narrow, but 24 is nice and wide, so people can pass me, and I have plenty of room. I might actually miss this tractor just a little bit, but not like enough to keep it around, but just a little. I'll look back fondly on the pictures of it, but that's all. Well, that's it. I'll see you in another life. What does everyone think of my job mowing the yard? Some kind of stripes. Well, now that it's July 12th and I haven't made a video for like 6 weeks, maybe I should clean out my planter. That's a great thing to make a video about. Yeah, this old girl still has just a little bit of beans left in it, but I'll get it dumped out, and then hopefully that thing starts, and I'll move it out and back this thing in and kind of put it away for the year, finally. Let's see, are you gonna start? Usually this 4020 is pretty good about starting, so I'm not super worried. A little dusty. Oh yeah, no problem. Much to my surprise, everything started. Even the 7520, which for the record, has not been touched since March, like the 1st of March, last of February. Yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed, but it's got other problems that need to be fixed. This old girl, she's good as gold. What a fantastic night here in West Central Illinois. Over here at our Fall Creek farm by the interstate, and Dad needs a lift. I was doing some stuff to the 7020, which I will show you, I promise. Well, I was the first guy he called, so that makes it my job. Pretty cool. There used to be an old bridge and 3 grain bins and some other random stuff here, but we mowed it off, or cleared it off, and now we just park stuff. Dad's already on the shatter cane. Well, I was cleaning up here at this lot that Dad bought, and well, I guess I'm done because there's a very large leak of some kind in there. All right, we got a lot of catching up to do since I've been quite slack on the YouTubing for the last 2 months. But question on everyone's mind is, what's happening with the 7020? The short answer to that is a lot. But if you were to ask me on a deeper level, I'd say it got new intake and exhaust gaskets, got air conditioning, kind of, most of air conditioning. Just got a side sticker come out and charge it up, and then it'll be, well, I hope it works. I also I replaced this hose, and that goes way back there, kind of in there, and joins up with the pump coming off, or the hose coming off the pump. Had both of the steering cylinders rebuilt because they leaked and they made a mess. I just washed off the midsection of the tractor to try and get rid of the oil that was still left over, and apparently there was still some dirt on it from the spring, which is okay. But a lot of work has been done. Well, relative to me, it's a lot. I also quite creative with my air conditioning setup. I even cut a hole and put a boot in it. We'll go up in the cab and take a little look. So I need to get some of that wire loom and secure it in there. But this is my cab unit. It's been in here since I got it, which this is apparently like an $1,100 piece of equipment. But I got a shifter boot from a 4400 combine down there for the hoses to come up through the floor. I need to shoot that full of spray foam to seal that up and put my pieces of cab kit back, but this is mostly done. And watch this. The fan turns on. Means I did at least one thing right. This tractor had developed a pretty bad exhaust leak, and it wasn't running quite right. So when I took it apart and put it back together and then started it up, it instantly smoked less. I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but it stopped smoking, so that's good. My dad and my sister's pulling tractor has also gotten some work done. Added a roll bar to it so that we could pull with IFPA, and got my man Brian's G5 Ag sticker since he did the welding. I got the Marion County implement sticker. You know, you gotta have that. And and by we, I mean Cousin Wyatt has been hard at work detailing tractors. And of course, you know, we had to get the matching sticker on the other side. This tractor's also had some engine work done to it. I'll start it up here and move it out of the way. Unfortunately, there's still a rather large gaping hole in the hood, but you know, we'll do that someday. Bad angle, but this is what we had to work with. Yay, quad range. Let's go B, reverse one. Also in the shop is the 4320 with no head, because the head was leaking, or the head gasket was leaking here, here, and here. I think it's from the oil, or the oil passages here, but I'm really not sure. yeah, it's ahead. I don't know a whole lot about it, but got everything off in about 3 hours, record time. And this one injector here, it needs to be inspected because it leaks fuel up and out of it. So it's a lot dirtier than the others. I just can't get it to seal up. So I got one more cool thing to show you all, and then I just got to edit this video and get it up, or I'm not going to get it done, and I don't want to disappoint people like that. I'll put something out. I'll try and put something out every week, even if it's, not a longer video. 8 weeks. Yeah, not my proudest moment. But man, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous in its natural habitat? Well, its natural habitat, it seems to be the shop, but whatever. So, long story, but my family bought this little 2.5 acre lot that's in the middle of some stuff that we farmed, and I've been cleaning up the trees and some junk buildings over here, and Traco's over there, the 300, which is an awesome machine. And the reason, well, my coolant leak from the other day ended up being from a heater hose coming from the cab. I ended up replacing both of them because I replaced the wrong one the first time, and then it leaked even worse. So I put a lot of antifreeze on the ground. Oops. The goal here is try to save the good trees like these pin oaks. And there's an apple tree, and I guess might be a cherry tree. Really not. Yeah, those are cherries, I think. Unfortunately, there was a pear tree about right in here, as evidenced by the pears on the ground in random places. Where'd one go? Yeah, that pear on the ground. Oops. Didn't even know there was a pear tree there. But, oh well. I was making pretty good progress on this whole adventure until I got to these locust trees over here, and I pushed one over. It was half dead, old. I pushed it over. I picked it up with the Traco, and well, it looked like high guard started coming out of the tree. At first I thought, did I break a hose on the Traco? But then I saw a chunk of honeycomb fall out, and I had realized what I had done. So being somewhat of a bleeding heart, I made some phone calls to some people that know how to do the bee thing, and we got a bunch of bees vacuumed up in there, about 12,000, and their comb is out. Yep, I guess I'm gonna have bees now. And knock on wood, these are some really tame and docile bees. I mean, I'm pretty close to their home, and they're not really messing with me at all. I'm also not messing with them. But their honeycomb is laid out across the locust tree, and none of that's any good. Now they're just stripping it for resources, and hopefully they're going back in there to try to start the hive over. I really wish that I had known that pear tree was there, because the pears are really good. Check out this rig. Oh, and there's another one. And another one. And another one. All right, boring stuff about the crops. I mean, some of the earlier corn that we had looks okay. Some of it, like this stuff here by the house, it's awfully short due to the massive amounts of rain that we got, which stunted the corn, followed by 3 weeks of no rain. It's had a struggle since day one. Beans, for the most part, look pretty good, except there's some that, for whatever ridiculous reason, they're just thin. And we cannot forget May, the goodest good girl who ever was. Okay, some quick housekeeping. I'd like to apologize to all my viewers who, for the last 2 months, have been waiting for an upload, and, there hasn't been one. I kind of lost my motivation to do YouTube, and just kind of, I always kept saying, I'll do one next week, I'll do one next week, I'll do one next week, and then it just never happened. I'm going to do my best from here on out to get you one every week on Tuesday or Thursday. I really prefer Tuesday, but this one will be on a Thursday just because that's where I'm making it. But yeah, I will be at Renner, the 100 Years of Horsepower show in Belleville, Illinois, with this tractor, the 7020. I think the 4020 is probably going to stay home just because there's going to be a lot of 4020s there anyways. I'd prefer to bring something unique like the 4320 with the M&W oil pan. But really, thanks for sticking with me. If you're watching this video, I thank you for that, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. So take care. Also, this bucket of coolant has claimed a 9/16 wrench and a couple other fittings and nuts. Whoa, whoa.